We got a bunch of range Rambo over there, so I got to talk about that. So it's 11, 1.558 cartridge. It's a black powder cartridge, and it's a pretty cartridge. Now, this is the same cartridge that's used in the 1886 Mannlicher. However, through slugging the bore on this rifle has a 452 thousandths groove diameter, where the 1886 has a 447 thousandths groove diameter. So I was thinking of bringing the Mannlicher out, but this cartridge is, the bullet is a little too big for that rifle, and considering the straight pull style of action that particular rifle has, I was a little concerned about pressure because I'm running 75 grains by volume black powder, 1F black powder with a felt wad underneath the bullet. Now I also I use weight measure. That comes out 78.3 grains weight. Volume measures vary because of grain non-conformity and stuff. Even though it'll look like it's the same volume, each one will weigh different. So I wanted to get a little more consistency in my load, so I went by weight, first volume, and then I poured it onto a scale and measured it, and that's what I came up with. Now the volume measure would vary the weight a little bit because of the grain nonconformity of the black powder. Again, it's a 1F black powder. So this is pretty much a full case of black powder. It's only about maybe a quarter inch below the rim, the mouth, I mean, of the case. And then I've got a felt wad on top of that, and then the bullet is actually compressing the load. This Werndl has this rotary breech action here, and it's a pretty heavy duty firearm, so I'm not too concerned about an overpressure on this. Now this is actually the only one in here that's loaded for the 1886 Mannlicher. The rest of these are loaded for the Werndl. I do have the chronograph set up because I'm curious as to what kind of speed I'm getting with this bullet. Right now it is on half cock, going to full cock, and I have no idea what this is going to do, but I did want to start the GoPro. And so the GoPro is going to show you the smoke cloud with this black powder. And I don't know if this chronograph is going to be too close or not, but I am going to aim at this target down here at 50 yards. I have no idea what it's going to hit. I'm trying to get comfortable here. So let's just see what it does. And I got an error. I was afraid that might happen. Half cock, and you go like that, and the bullet should fly out, or at least extract somewhat. That is quite a cloud of black powder smoke. Yeah, I don't think my chronograph's going to read. However, I'm going to start this camera. Okay, we already have one shot off with the Werndl. And again, we're at 50 yards. And see what it does. Heavy trigger pull. Very big cloud of black smoke there. Go like that. extracts around. I'm not a big fan of black powder. It's messy, stinky, and that one's a little tough to go in. That's okay. I will make it go in, and then once it fire forms, I should be able to get it out. All right. For what I've seen so far, (766 feet per second). That seems a little slow to me. Now this is a 370 grain bullet. See, it fire formed and came right out. And I don't know if I trust the reading correctly. 360 seems a little slow. My goodness. It helps to pull the hammer back. Heavy trigger pull. And I got another error. But, you know, that is kind of grouping a little bit there. That's better than I was getting when I was using the smokeless powder. At least that's the best of my recollection. I don't know if I got this chronograph in too close or what. And I should have had that at half cock and not full cock, but okay. Again, same place. That one went a little wild. 981 meters per second. 952 feet per second. Wow. I think that's running a little slow. Okay. Here's what it is.
1 minute to cease fire.
And we have 1 minute to cease fire, so I'm going to load that. I'm going to pause the camera. Pause this camera. Okay, well, I got some footage on the GoPro of the smoke cloud going downrange there. So I was just looking at the GoPro. It's set up right here to get an idea of what that would look like from the perspective looking behind the wall. It's interloper with the load. I'm just going to shoot empty the tires. Now that one went in with a definitely with a fire. And 'Sun shield off of the top of the chronograph. That could happen eventually. Chronograph over there. I don't know if trust. That says 284. I don't trust those readings. Whatever. I mean, I got a full 1F powder in here. So I could 2F. What's that? I'm guessing that one hit clear over to the right. I wonder if the fouling's starting to cause a problem here. I don't know. I could swab that bore out a little bit. I'll do this shot. That'll be 10 rounds. And then I'll run a swab through the bore and see what happens. Crazy, man. This rifle will handle a smokeless load. But I wanted to try the 75 grain black powder and see how it did. But when I'm done, when I get home, this gun has to be thoroughly cleaned just to prevent corrosion. And it's just messy stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet wipe down through the bore real quick. See the following level. I brought a brass rod with me today. Well, see right now, bullet lube, you can feel the greasiness of that bullet lube. And that's the reason I brought the wet one. Clean my hands. And that black powder residue off my hands. Sorry about the noise. Hopefully we'll run out of ammunition. Throw this away. Okay. And this was bright and shiny, and you can see that it has already tarnished. This is a brass rod, and residue, that black powder residue, has already tarnished this rod. And that's wipe that crap out of there. I may have to take this action apart too when I get home and make sure that all gets cleaned out of there. It's some nasty stuff, I'm telling you. So, okay. Now we've wiped the bore, and we can see that we got a few that are somewhat in a group and a whole bunch of flyers. And okay, just see what happens now that they've wiped that bore. These are popping out right away as soon as I open the breech. I saw this style of rifle, this model. Let me say that one's really tight. Was watching YouTube videos and I saw this Werndl and I thought, man, that is a cool rifle. I'd like to have one of those. All right, that one's really stuck in there. I would like to push it in and shoot it, but it's not going to let me, so I'm going to have to knock it out of there. All right, I had one. Probably the neck was a little big on, so wipe it off a little bit.
1 minute ceasefire, 1 minute.
And we got a minute fire. All right. We're going off. Helps to cock it. Just so y'all know, I'm using 348 Winchester as the parent case. It looks pretty good. That one in. But the camera so. really getting too cool. Come on. Whatever. Fun to shoot anyway. Where's your bullseye? Whoa, hot. So what you get actually your adjuster. This is a little cam groove right here, and when it is spring loaded, it pushes that cartridge out of the chamber. And actually haven't had any of them stick in the chamber yet. Wow. Now I'm using a CH4D dice. They're my go-to company when it comes to the cartridges. They are the only manufacturer of obsolete cartridge dice that I'm they're in Ohio, which is the next state over from me. And I just call them directly, and a lot of times they'll have stuff on hand, and if they don't, it will eventually get into production. And I have had, on one instance, I waited almost 2 years for my die set, and I don't remember which cartridge that was, but eventually I got it. Their die sets are not cheap, but you got to consider everything that goes into making basically a specialty set, because nobody's shooting these obsolete guns anymore except for a few collectors. And if you want the correct reloading die set, they're the people to call. I can't tell you which mold I was using, because these bullets were already loaded up, and I just measured them and used them. I think I originally may have molded them for my 4570, but that can't be true because that bore's way bigger than that. So honestly, I don't remember. I'll probably try
1 minute to ceasefire. 1 minute.
once I figure out which mold it is. I'll probably try this bullet in my Mannlicher, and I'll run through the sizing die. Be ready to go. Well, we got a minute to see. So, yeah, I think I've got enough for this rifle. So I'll be moving on to something. Well, that's what all them holes are with my Werndl. Every one of those is from this load with the Werndl. I used the same aim point every time. Yeah, I would say that's not a target load.